Good afternoon, Friday afternoon. A little bit too early to party. We can movement snack just as a warm up. It's Friday the 17th of April. 4 p.m. movement snack. If this is what you're looking for on your job or scrolling back through this page, if you're catching up after, which I know many of you do, and I caught some of you catching up at 11 p.m. last night, which is funny. So maybe it's maybe this 4 p.m. calming, soothing, stretching snack could serve as a little nightcap. It's a nightcap snack. I'm trying to think who that was. I think it was Jane. Was it Jane, you that was online last night at 11? Calgary are in. Hello, D. Yeah, Bob's beats again. Wales is in. I was going to say Llanelli. You all missed a bit about the nightcap snack that I've just made myself laugh about that. People that are going back on the snacks and catching up very late at night. So I thought maybe it could be like a special, there could be a special nightcap movement snack club. We're on a 3-minute countdown. It's Friday, I'm sorry, I'm over functioning a little bit. Cooey Carol from Hove, get away from the stove. This is the preamble, the pre-broadcast broadcast. We've been going for 4 weeks, so if you're joining us a bit late and you're wondering why there's this randomness, it's not my fault. It's everyone in my phone that have generated this little bizarre community that we have. But in about 2 minutes, we all spring into action, spring into movement, snack action, and get down to business. I'm just lulling everyone into a false sense of security. Hello, Shrewsbury. We're in. Malcolm and Jill. Jill, is that the first time I've seen you with Malcolm? Are you normally just Jill? Leicester's in the house. We've got more of their LLT motley crew in. Good to see. 1 minute countdown. How are you after the lunchtime snack? We did a little bit more functional pushing, didn't we? So if you've moved in a different way and kind of loaded and put the wrists and shoulders through a little bit more activity than you used to, it's perfectly usual to have some muscle soreness after that. This is okay. Somerton. Where is Somerton, Di? Give me a heads up. Hello, Wisbeach. Hot and sweaty. How are you hot and sweaty when it's been raining here all day? All day. And Malcolm is always here. I just didn't know that, Jill. I'm so sorry. Thank goodness for another snack. Are you desperate for another snack, Chris, in Petalbut? Thank goodness for Friday. Have you got good big plans for the weekend, Janet? Thank goodness for Friday. Devon, up, down from lunchtime. That's what I like to see. Extra movements. That's the whole point of these movement snacks, is to take what you want from them, from us to you, and crowbar them in your day. And if you crowbar them regularly enough, stuff just gets easier, more efficient. We use less energy, which means we can do more stuff without getting as tired. It's just benefits all the way. I think we're there. Anyway, thanks for coming back at 4 p.m. on a Friday. After this, your weekend starts. Anyway, for now, let's get down to the very serious movement snack business. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon. My name is Bex Townley, and you've joined us on Friday, the 17th of April, for the finale Friday movement snack for today. And we're in the 4th week. There's lots of F's today. The whole aim of this mission, this Make Your Movement mission, is to accumulate additional movement minutes over time, over and above everything else you're doing. And these movements, these improvements in mobility, flexibility, functional strength, functional reach, all directly link into all of the activities of daily living that you're doing. And today we started to speak more about not only the movements we do in stand and sit, but also in lying. So that could be turning and rolling in bed, it could be getting in and out of the bath, it could be being on the floor, DIY in the garden. So there's more to movement than just doing it in stand and sit. Anyway, the focus of this 4 p.m, this third session, is around calming, weight transfer and stretch. So it's got 2 themes, but before we do any of that, we'll start with our upright or seated posture you choose, and a little bit of circulation boosting. So support if you need, please. This allows you to stand a little bit more confidently. I don't want you to feel unsteady or for your balance to be challenged, so please take up support if you prefer. What I'm really suggesting, what we're really after, is this focus on lifted, open, upright posture. And when we talk about lifted, we mean from here. So this is the bit we're trying to lengthen, to help lengthen the spine, and that will activate all of the centre muscles, not only here, but all around the trunk. Plus some ankle mobility here, and as and when 1 or 2 arms come in, keep using support if you need. Keep going with that circulation boost in stand. Various options in the seated posture. Hip walk forward is the first thing, and it may be that you want to just rehearse this hip walking as part of your circ boost, combined with some upper arm movements and shoulder. Elbows tucked in, lift and open, and just ease those shoulders through this rhythmical movement. If possible, if an option, if right for you, we then focus also again on this ankle movement, and these seated marches are driven from the ankles, not from flat feet. As and when you can, bring in both, steady pace, nothing too intense. This first minute just serves to boost the circulation. So after that we take a deep breath and just take a moment to either sit or stand just in a still but active position, and just think, is your weight even across both feet? My knees should be just a little bit unlocked here, but I've just got length and open, and it's the same in sit as well. We're just going to take a couple of minutes of what I've been calling weight transfer and sway, and this involves lots of things happening at once. The weight shift can be in seated or it can be in stand, and we're going to try a new arm sequence today. So we've done lots of arm sequences in these weeks, so we're going to try a new one today. If you don't want to try a new one and you like one that we've already done, so if you like this one or this one or this one or this one, if you fancy something we've already done, then just go with it. Or we're going to do a new one. The new one looks like this: sit or stand, it's up to you. Lots of support. I don't want your balance to be challenged. Have a look. Looking straight ahead at me, yes? The first thing we do is bring one hand up, take the hand to the side, and then brush it down. And then we do the same with the other hand, changing support if you need. Here, I'm going to stay facing this way if you need. And there. So here's the first bit. We're just going to go through it in parts. Can you see what's happening? Hand comes up, across, and then it changes and it goes down, and it stays to the side of my body and down. Same in sit, here and down. But this isn't really doing what we want it to do. It's just moving one arm at a time, and it's not challenging really my coordination at all. Have a look at the change, folks. Have a look at the change. This time I'm going to look at my hand and follow it. and then you look back at me, but the hand carries on. And then we do the same on the other one. Have a look, watch the hand, like you're looking in a mirror, follow the mirror, look back at me, and the hand carries on. Here we go. Follow the hand, look back at me, the hand carries on. So there's a moment when you're gazing at the hand, and then you gaze way back at me, but the hand carries on. Have you got that? Now that's still not doing what we want it to do, because I've got one arm moving and I have my eyes attentive to one hand one at a time, so only one thing's moving. What we want to do is have both arms moving at the same time. Have a look at this and just pick it up when you see it. Okay, I need to get it right myself. All right, so here we go. I look at the hand, I follow the hand, and now when I turn to the front, the hand is there. And now when I look to the front, the hand is there. Now if you watch me, both hands are moving the whole time. Both hands are moving the whole time. There isn't a point at which only one arm is moving. Can you see? Now this is complex stuff. There's a lot going on. We're sitting or we're standing with loads of support, or you can keep one hand on at a time here like so, and you can just keep going here. But leaning on here, so give yourself loads of support if you want to try the both arm thing. Can you see? All right, that's your mission. Take a pause, let's draw a line under that. We still haven't finished on that sequence, but can you see how in life in general we need to be aware of our body parts even if we're not looking at them. And this coordinated movement involves loads of complex movements. Let's have a stretch. Starting with chest, being as though we've just done lots of shouldery bits. Stand or sit, pick your position and lift, lengthen, active in the centre, and just slide one hand round into position and the other. Aiming to sit the hands on the buttocks here. That can be in stand also. You may want to keep the hand for support, but the stretch isn't on until we lift and squeeze. Can you see here? So the arms just give me, they kind of lead the way, and then there's the stretch. But the focus is on the stretch, so I don't want your shoulders to stop that from happening. So even if you just come to here, take the stretch and then release. It's just opening all of the muscles in the chest here. So this one is directly related to posture, to your shoulder positioning, upright lift, breathing, balance. We spend a lot of time in flex positions, so we want to bring that to here. And on these stretches, if you can hold 8-12 seconds, move slowly in and out of them. Okay, we did a fair bit of shoulder work at lunchtime, so let's take some time now on the upper back strengthener. Again, seated or stand, it's up to you. Back of arm stretch, correct myself. Head is still. Aiming here to bring the fingertips towards the shoulder, just a little bit, and then the stretch comes on as the elbows come slowly up. Now this could be where I just ease it up myself, or you might want to support that. The arm's quite heavy, so just ease it to a point and it will come to its, just what I call its natural sticking point. That's the hold right there. And it's the hold, that's the stretch, the whole part is the stretch. Over a period of time, you might feel that ease up a bit, and you may feel you can creep it up a little bit more. The most important thing about this one is this head position doesn't change, okay, so not to compromise the neck and the head position. From here, if you want to put in extra reach, you can, but this bit is just for a couple of seconds and then it comes straight back out. Take a pause and ease off. Same on the other side. Okay, now if you can't go all the way up there, that's okay, so you can keep it here, and you may want to reach further forward, or you may want to take both hands and just squeeze forward. Let's try the other hand. So just bend the arm up, keep the head still. Ease that elbow up or walk it over to a point that's comfortable for you, and then take the hold. Again, we're looking at 8 to 12 seconds on this. If you're in a chair and you want to go for the reach, you might want to have some support here. This is just a couple of seconds. If that's not right for your shoulder for any reason, we could just take a sideways shift out of the hip. So just to lift out the side here. And if you're in standing, take up lots of support on that one if you want to take the reach. Okay, let's come back to back of thigh on this one. So everyone's seated for this one, and hip walk forward into a position where you're lifted out and feet are flat on the floor to begin with. So we can take one leg out. Here's the checks. Release the foot and just unlock the knee a little bit. So we've been talking a lot about this position here. So if you feel that you've kind of rolled into this slump position, we're looking to lift out here, lengthen between the rib and the hip so that you have this active straighter position. And from here, if you haven't got the stretch, we can ease forward a little bit. If you have got the stretch, you're in the right place. Maintain it. You can rest and support here if you want to. Keep this activity through the centre. Looking to build this one up a little bit longer, as we've been saying in these weeks, improving the mobility around the hips and the flexibility back here is going to help with all of these activities that we need to do down below knee level, plus contributes to stride length, taking stairs, etc. Move slowly in and out these stretches. If you feel that you can't sustain that hold for 12, 20 plus seconds, come out slowly, have a pit stop and go in again. You can build up the time in little sets. That's okay. Let's try the other leg. Here's the checks. Release the foot, or it might feel more comfortable to be flat. See how your ankles are with that. The knee is unlocked just a little bit. Then we're going to lift and lengthen, and hopefully you can see what happens when I just shift the position of my pelvis really high up on the sit bones. You can give your glutes a backside squeeze as well. That may be enough to put the stretch on. If it is, stay there. Maintain normal breathing. Hold this position and you should feel tension, but your muscles shouldn't be shaking or trembling, and it shouldn't be painful. But it might feel this feeling of tension. That's what we want. That is the stretch. Squeeze a little bit more over time. Move slowly in and out of these. That's important. Slowly in and out of these, and then release. Have a pit stop, which brings us to calf. Seated calf stretch. We've touched on this a few times in these days. The seated option just involves a straight leg and the toe coming back towards you. So you pull the toes back and press the heel forward. If feet lower limb isn't the best approach for stretching for you, or if that's not really applicable to you for whatever reason, go back to this upper limb, this shoulder stretch. So if calf stretch isn't on your menu, go back to the back of the arm and the upper side stretch. If you're good to stand and happy to stand, take up loads of support, and our calf stretch, probably most effective, arguably, in stand. So this is a backward step, pressing the heel down here, and here's where we talk about our double whammy, our buy one get one free. So I've got this stretch at the front of the hip and this stretch here. If you can't feel it, peel it off, step it back and go again with loads of support. Again, another really important one to hold, and as we've been talking about getting up from the floor, ankle mobility and this flexibility here, this position here is critical in striding and lunging up from floor. So all of these stretches really do contribute to ease of mobility when we're at lower levels. Changing legs, back step, squeeze it into position, slow, 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 slow. Make sure the toes are forward, lift up. Here's your stretch here, here's your stretch here. If you're confident, steady and stable, you can then take an extra side bend, reach slightly to the front and down. If shoulders aren't happy for that for whatever reason, don't go for the big reach up, just go for the squeeze forward and a little extra lift out the side of the ribs. And then just generally have an extra little shoulder roll. Stretched. If you want to go around all of those again, just to have a feel, take your time, move slowly in and out of these stretches. Your homework is to rehearse the waving your hands like clouds arms. I prefer to say clowns, but it is a cloud. That today is another 30 minutes of movement in the bag. So we're doing different focus across each movement snack, but encompassing all of that, functional movements, all relating to daily life, to hopefully enhance all the things that you love doing. So I just wanted to say this little thing from Angela. Sorry, Angela. Alan, you just commented before she came in. Haven't had my stretch yet. Really looking forward to it. Bex and stretch. Bex and stretch. Exercise. It's not even a limerick, but it just made me laugh a bit. Have a lovely weekend. On Monday, it's the beginning of the 5th week, and technically we only had a couple of days left. That we're nearly at our 30-day initial plan. But as you know, we've extended it. We've all been locked down for an extra 3 weeks. So I'm afraid we're here. We're still here. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. We're here all weekend. Keep on moving. Have an extra stretch if you want. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much, folks.